Okay, so right now we're gonna go into some Polish league. We got Zawiercie versus Belchatow. Zawiercie, my favorite player right now, Aaron Russel. He had a pretty good game, and then Belchatow, I watched them recently. They have some really good players. Bartolomier is like just a huge middle. I think he's like 7'2". And then some other Polish guys. He's from Iran. This guy, he's a lefty. I don't know, a lot of really good players. Polish league is very talented. I just saw Enzing in there too. Yeah, so if you know Kyle Enzing, went to Long Beach, played with TJ DeFalco. Um, yeah, he's a good player too. He hasn't gotten much playing time behind this number 21 right here. I forget what his name is, but he's just super athletic right side. This is good right here. Just reverse the flow here. The game is super condensed. If you count the amount of people that is just in this space right here. We got 7 people all in this spot right here. So of course he goes here, tempo, gets it down the line. It's just a beautiful dig right there. It was the right play. That guy just got a really good dig. Really good dig by the libero. Yeah, and then he just gets blocked. But the guy kind of just made a bad decision against the triple block there. But hey, stuff happens. And right there, that's why this guy's been getting so much play time. Like, look at he's athletic. Take the super hard swing there. Really nice. Feel like this is kind of coming in a little bit sloppy right now, but hopefully it is clean enough. If you guys watch my videos, I'm sorry if the clarity of the video is not like perfect. Like it chops around a lot. I've tried a lot of different things to make it better. This is the best that I can do. I'm not sure if it's Wi-Fi that makes it slightly bad still, or if it's just the way that I record it. Certain things like don't load super well, but I'm trying. If somebody has a better solution for me, hit me up. Maybe I just need to buy a better computer, but I don't really have the funds for that right now, but we'll see. Maybe someday I will. Aaron Russell takes a swing from the 10-foot line there. He's been closing triple blocks really well too. Just the little stuff, the little stuff. Look at how well he closes that block there. He's doing the little stuff well. This is a good swing against triple block. Just stays high, swings hard. When in doubt, swing high, swing hard. When in doubt. The height of that is the main point, though. This is Bartolomier, the guy that I was talking about. He's 7'2". He is large. I think that's like 217 centimeters, something like that. He's huge, man. That's a good swing. It got this guy's hand just a little bit more than he probably would have hoped. Whoa. Okay, hold on. Let me back this up. What's all happening here? Okay, so we got him. I assume maybe. Okay, so this is the setter, I think. And yeah, so this guy's just out of it now, and this guy's hitting him from the back row. So this guy transitions over, hits the A ball or whatever you call it from the 5. It's a good transition. It's a smart choice. It's just you just missed the swing, that's all. So I think they don't make the switch this time. Keep it normal, and they get blocked. Good close by him. And Belchatow wins this in 4 sets here, which I don't know. Zawiercie's been cooking pretty hot. They've been cooking with some fire. Aaron Russell has been having an insane season. I would not be surprised if he gets like one of the best, I don't know, maybe MVP or however the league does it. Maybe best outside, whatever exactly they do in that league. But I mean, he's been having a statistically at least really, really good season. That's a good close. And again, like I was telling my middle on my team yesterday, like be okay with being late, like in practice, because you can wait and he doesn't move and decide where to go until it's already out of this guy's hands. Okay. And then he goes, he's a little bit late, but he closes late, presses over the net, and gets a good block because of it. Reverse float. I want to do this probably more. It's a really good thing just to have in your back pocket, just to throw it in there sometimes. I just don't know what percentage you should really float it to spin it, you know. Not sure what the percentages should be, what the ratio should be, but it's definitely a really good serve just to have in your back pocket, just be able to do it sometimes because it keeps people on the toes. Floats are really hard to pass sometimes if it has good float to it. You know, it moves just a ton. And this is good. Like you see this setter as he's tracking this ball, his shoulders are almost moving with the middle. And so I think that's probably why this middle bit on the middle, but it was also because the pass was really good. But if you just watch setter's body language, there's just a ton of certain setters. Like this one right here, this situation, this guy's not really trying to do anything with his body language and freak anybody out. But there's a ton of different things that setters do that just kind of make people overthink their positioning and overthink who you're gonna set, and then they guess, you know. Yeah, if the more you can get blockers to guess as a setter, the more you can get those blockers to guess and like just risk it, the better you're gonna be as a setter. The better your team's gonna do, the higher your hitting percentage for your team is gonna be. It's a great swing right there. Really weird situation for him. He's coming from way over here. He just finds somebody's hands, especially with this guy being as big as he is. A really big triple block. It just goes off the hands. Nobody's touching that. And you barely get the hands there. It's not like a full hand on it. It's just a few fingers here and there. Hybrid. Oh, and Bartolomei actually has a really weird serve too. But I forgot to point that out. Good swing. Swing to the deep corner there. It's beautiful. And again, like right here, this is again not a bad serve. He misses this a little bit deep, but both of these guys are like second guessing on it because they're deep in the spin. They have to adjust, see whose seam it is, you know, weird, and then it's just barely out of bounds. There, the reverse float is a really good serve to have in your back pocket, but it shouldn't be like a 50-50 thing. It really shouldn't be. Like you should be ripping it maybe 75% of the time. You should be actually hitting the topspin and then throwing 25% of them float, maybe even less. Probably even less. Maybe even 80-20 or 85-15, something like that. Those percentages. This this let me see if I can pronounce his name. Ismail nice head. Nah, forget it. Number 17 for Belchatow. The right side, he's Iranian. Really good player. Look at how physical he is. Absolutely bombs it. Very nice. I wonder what Aaron Russell's passing numbers have been though. Because like reasons like this, like right here, this is why his hitting numbers have been so great. Is he's just making really, really good choices every single time and getting the ball super high as well. Like this is a 7'2" blocker that he's going against. And so this guy's probably going to be able to cover so much of the court just by his block. And so he just says, all right, well, the only spot you can't cover is if I hit you on your fingers. So boom, deep in the court, nobody's touching that. Yeah, he's been making incredible decisions. I think he's the best outside to watch this season. If you want to be good offensively, I just don't know what his passing numbers have been, or like his defense. I think he's been passing well though. I don't know. Doesn't seem like teams have targeted him, which is usually a good sign if you're trying to be a good passer. Like if you're the target, maybe you should reassess and check out your passing and see if maybe you can get better at passing. But sometimes you're just on a really, really good passing team, you know, who knows? But yeah, I don't think Aaron Russell's really the target. I think the other guy might be. I'm not sure. And I mean, let me see where he's coming from here. I think in this situation, this guy really needs to work hard. He's walking back, and he's not a huge guy anyways, so he really needs to get back to a spot where he can swing block instead of just shuffle, hop. Like this isn't a terrible block move, but if you're undersized going against this guy who's huge and really, really physical, you need every single inch that you can take up. So, work hard to get yourself back to a spot where you can be as physical as possible when you're making your block moves. Like right here, this one is a little bit too soft. You got to really work on that reverse flow. It's decent contact, but it's just kind of soft and it's a little loopy. And so it turns into a free ball almost. And yeah, and like this is the only problem with some people that I see doing reverse floats is they do serves like this, and it's almost like a free ball, pretty much, in all honesty. Yeah, like at this level, it's just gonna be a free ball. Lefty serve. Yeah, I feel like number two is probably the target, but I could be wrong. Oh, look at that block. This is a middle move right here. And look at how hard he works. He works to get back to neutral so he can cover everywhere. Works hard. He doesn't use this guy being in his way as an excuse not to triple block. Still goes over. Let's go frame by frame. Works hard. He drifts into it to close it. That's good stuff. Like at the final point of it on his contact when he's getting hit, there's really not much of a scene. But when he jumps, he's really far. And he knows how to close like a middle. Then he hits up top instead of hitting on the feet and breaking somebody's ankles. Hit the hips instead of the ankles so that you're not breaking anybody's ankles. Oh, and they freak out. And he does it again, gets a nice touch. And I feel like this is another thing that Aaron Russell does really well, is watch how he transitions here. He sees where the ball is going and everything, and then he goes fast. And he could make it out there. Maybe this guy's got to loop it a little bit for him, but you know, yeah, this is good stuff. Bang again, really nice. And when he goes line, he doesn't. One thing that I do sometimes is if I'm trying to swing line, I let the ball drop a little bit. But when he's swinging line, he's still completely reaching as high as he can. Well, there's no frame for his actual contact, but I think this video actually just has a low frame rate. Yeah. Like I think this like if you guys were to watch this yourself on volumetrics, then it would probably be just as slow because like the frame rate, look at when I go frame to frame, look at how much space is actually getting covered by the ball. But I don't know. I'm still gonna keep working on it, see if I can get you guys better videos, but I right now I don't really have a solution to fix it. You guys just gotta kind of work with me on it. Yeah, wow. So much line. And this is why when you're running this route where this guy might need to help on it, it's really good to go between these two guys because it stresses him to make a 50-50 shot. And a lot of blockers are not good at making those choices. So like when you're watching film, if you're a setter and you're watching film, I think it's important to uh look at the setter's perfect passes for the other team and how the blockers react, like on certain routes and stuff. Oh, Belchatow takes it for the first set here. Really nice swing. Look at how much he just stays high, just goes over the top cross here. Wow, good swing. Right to the corner. Yeah, that's a perfect swing to end that first set. But if you're a setter and you're trying to watch film and see um like try and see what blockers to attack by looking at perfect passes. Don't worry about out of system and stuff because out of system you're gonna have to like I'd say good and perfect passes. So like this is a good pass right here, not a perfect pass, and see how these blockers react. So like okay, on this pass when it gets moved forward, this guy shifts forward, or this guy shifts with the ball. This guy tries to cover both, and then now you have reverse flow kind of an advantage because both of these guys have to cover a lot of court. And then since this guy moved over with the ball, he isn't able to close like that. So like knowing how blockers are going to react based on the pass and based on the routes. Because the two things that affect the blockers the most are the pass, by far the most, and the routes second most. And again, this is what I'm talking about right here. Okay, if you know that this blocker is going to react by helping on the middle and just completely committing, you know that you can go over the top a lot and get an open net like this. Ishmael Nisad. I don't know how to say it, but I think that's probably close. Probably pretty decent, pretty close. It's a tough one. I find it really hard for me to take it to the one spot um, from the pipe if it's low. Like if I'm not contacting it at my peak, really hard for me to wrap it around and find the good amount of curve. But I don't know. I think I personally need to get better at tipping and like making the decision to tip when I'm hitting the pipes. I just get so excited. They're my favorite. They're my favorite thing to do in volleyball is just hit a pipe. Oh, oh. Let's see what happened with these ball guys. Because this ball, see here, hits the chair. This kid freaks out. Nice. Kids almost stopped that play, but hey, it didn't. Play ended before it. Nice. I don't mind this guy doing this. Yeah. I think there's certain times when it's the best option for you to just grab it with two hands and throw it somewhere. A lot of the time, it's okay just to blast it as hard as you possibly can. Interesting tip. But again, so like when I'm saying see how the blockers react to certain things, this middle just sees that Bartolomei is hitting this route right here, whatever you want to call it, gap, wide, this, three, whatever you want to call it, 31. He takes a step over. He takes a dedicate step over. Okay, see how he just did that? And now he's late over here. So he knows if he runs this route, he's isolating this guy and making this guy late. Okay. Obviously he might have missed the window there. Ishmael Nisad had to tip, but still let's see what they do this time. And now it's out of system. So like out of system ones, it doesn't really matter. You know, you're gonna have to set certain people. You know, in out of system, you kind of just have to make the best decision, whichever decision gets you guys a real swing, you know. But in system, you're trying to get one-on-ones or broken blocks. And then, okay, so now we're here. Bartolomei stays neutral. Yeah, interesting. And this is the type of stuff, if you're watching a team, you want to see, like, I mean, on volumetrics, you can actually look at, like, you can click on good and perfect passes and, like, watch all of them together instead of having to, like, wait and see when there's perfect passes and stuff. Maybe not the best triple block, but hey, it works. As long as you still press over the block, you still have a chance. Or press over the net, you still have a chance. But I don't know, certain other systems probably don't have the ability to do that. And if Aaron Russell still gets a kill there. Aaron Russell has scored maybe 3 times so far on this swing where he's going after the hands down to here. Aiming back here, aiming off the fingers. It's a really rare swing for someone to cover there. You know, like it's really rare for 6-spot defender to go and cover that deep off the hands line. Gosh, yeah, it's coming in choppy right now. I'm sorry, everybody. This video might not be the clearest video, but I'll try and slow it down as much as I can so that you guys can actually see it out of bounds. Lots of serves going into the tape right now. I'll try and slow it down. Yeah, I'll pause it as much as I can. That's a weird one. It's a good adjustment by the middle. Middles just have to make super quick adjustments with that kind of stuff. Yeah. And then so as I'm talking about setter decisions and stuff, um you can also think about middle decisions, you know. Oh, okay, I took a dedicate step to this middle multiple times now, and then he's gone there. So this time I'm gonna stay neutral Or on this one, he decided, okay, this one I'm just gonna purely commit. I'm gonna go get this guy and sell out him because he I know that he's gone here a few times, so I think he's gonna commit on this guy this time. I think he was just super early on it though. He was so early. Wow. Yeah, you don't want to be that early. Even if you're committing, you don't want to be that early, I don't think. Big save. Oh, chops it short. Personally, I would have probably set Aaron Russell here because there's a lot of pressure right here. This guy will get a solo. This guy will get a solo most of the time. Look at how much space he's taking up here, but still swings around it. Very nice. What's his name? Butrine. Butrine. Yeah, he's got a really nice arm swing. He's athletic, swings hard. Oof. Off the hands. Gosh, this happens so fast and the frame rate's so slow you can barely see some of this stuff. But it's good stuff right there. Yeah, it's a tough run. Middle's kind of in the way too. Kind of a misconnection, it seems like. Not bad though. He tipped it on the setter, so that's usually a good option. Is this guy even front row? I thought he was back row. Now Butcher. Oh no, not no, that's Tavares. Okay, so it's the setter that's serving. Out of bounds against him. Zawiercie's up 17-10 right now. Kind of just mauling it. And personally, if I'm Belchatow, I want to get my best player into a rhythm going into that next set, you know. But I mean, I'm not giving up on this set. I'm just saying like you're down seven, you're down six now after that block, but you're down seven, you might as well see if that one your best player can get hot and then that'll give you the best chance to win. It's a quick block move though. Quick shuffle. Good dig. This guy's getting a few good digs now down the line. If I'm Aaron Russell, I'm leaving a little bit of line open because I know this libero's cooking back there, getting a lot of digs. Ooh, off the hands. Yeah, and this is an example of why swinging off the hands down the line is better than swinging off the hands down this way because these guys usually go over here to cover it, and there's just like it's usually going to be in court more. Yeah, but it depends. It depends on the level that you're playing at too, because on lower levels, if you're trying to aim off of people's hands, not many people are going to be playing defense and like shifting either way. They're just going to be kind of standing there. So depends on what level you're playing at, but you know, playing at like a college level, I would say if you're trying to go for hands, go for the line instead of the cross off of it. Ooh, come on, come on. Good save. Back row pops it in, stays in the five. Going outside again. All right, we got a messy play. We got a messy play. Aaron Russell steps in, takes it. Cal Insing. Hey, hey, we're getting messy. We're getting messy here. See, right here. This is what I'm talking about. He goes off the hands probably. He might get the hands. I'm not sure. Libero is covering right here. Like, look at where he dug that. Look at what he does. So if this guy goes off the hands, let's see it. If he goes off the hands down the line, obviously the ball's inside. He would have to really make an interesting move if he wanted to go off this hand right here. But I mean, it would have been much harder for that guy to cover it. Aaron Russell, or not Aaron Russell, sorry, Kyle Ensing, not really doing the best with range right now. Just kind of swinging hard. Again, same thing that I'm talking about here. This works because this guy is shading over here. Yeah, lots of really good examples of that right now in this game. Ooh, little acer down the seam. Seams are phenomenal. If you can aim at a seam every time, please do. I mean, why not? You can trust that, oh, okay, my natural cut of my serve is gonna launch it towards a specific guy, but I think seams are the best thing to aim for if you're a spin server. Silencing, getting blocked here. I think they might have done double sub. Yeah, so they did a double sub so that they could have a front row silencing instead of center. And okay, this one works out. I'll admit it. This one works out. He goes cross and goes off the fingers. Oh no, he does. He goes out of bounds. Boom. And I'm right. Yeah, maybe he just missed the hands there. It might have worked. It might not have worked. Who knows? But those guys were shading cross anyways, you know. And I shade cross too most of the time. Sometimes if I have my setter front row, I'm like, I think they're gonna try and go off his hands, but depends on the play. But most of the time I shade cross on those types of plays. Like right here again, if it's like a big double block, like the play's getting slower, and look at where they go. Look at where these defenders go. They're cross. And he goes for the hands. I think he does the same thing here. He tries to go off the hands, but it's a really, really big block there. Yikes. Yeah, that's the only downside is if you're playing against a really, really big dude. Ooh. So wait, let me go back to this because I'll show you another option too. So another option, if you trust yourself more with it, is to really go sharper with it. So instead of aiming at this guy's hands right here, to aim at this outer hand right here. Because even if you hit it like flat out, it's probably going to bounce over here. And if you only get the fingers of it, it might go like over here, and that's pretty hard for this guy to dig that. Probably over here, something like that. Yeah. Y'all get what I'm saying though. But like if you're going for hands, don't aim for the deep cross, don't aim for the six, because usually people are going to be able to dig that. Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, two routes that are just getting real condensed here, you know. And I mean, you have some options here when this happens, when it gets moved forward like this, and there's a lot of pressure on these two guys right here for them to go 50-50 because both of them actually have to make the 50-50 choice. It's almost like 25% chance for a double block. But right here, you get a 25% chance for a double block, let's just say. This guy's coming up here. He's got good space right here. This guy's covering two people. So you can take that 25% chance of a double block type thing right here and go for either one of these guys. But also, you know for sure that these guys are getting a solo block because this guy's selling out. But it also takes vision. It takes vision if you're doing that. You need to know where this guy's going to go, what he's going to decide to be doing. Some middles are more predictable than others. Certain times, like depending on your team, maybe your middles are not the most crazy dudes, and most teams just like forget about them and just say let them have their kills. It depends on your team, depends on who you have on your team, and it also depends on the other team. So you really have to know both teams. You gotta think about in a chess perspective, you gotta think of like, oh, what's the other team gonna do? What are they gonna try and beat us with? Yeah. So I don't know, setters should play chess. I would usually say that outsides could probably just go and play. It's just there's not much. I mean, there's some tactic to it, of course, but setters obviously there's definitely more tactic to it. Really good tip. Just reach that tips as quick as possible. Yeah, some people think that the tip is just like a soft put it in a free ball, but you really can use the tip for so much more. That's a good run though. Good run. Good swing. The middle stays high. He doesn't try and bounce it straight into the six. You guys know I hate it when people swing into the six. Did he go off of him or did he go out of bounds here? I think it's in bounds. You can't tell. I believe it was in bounds. Yeah, it was in bounds. Gosh, I gotta blow my nose. I'm dry. Ooh, out of bounds, or did he touch it? Yeah, and this is a interesting one. He goes with like the side spin type of line. This guy plays it. Um, it's kind of like you should be able to. Let me go back to this. Let me go back to this and talk about this point real quick. Okay. So like no matter where the ball is, you want to be able to go wherever you want. Okay. So this ball, obviously, I think it's like right above his head almost, like right here in front of him, and a little bit off the net. If it's more in front of him, he could just go straight in front of him and bounce it right here. Okay. But if it's like kind of off the net and you're kind of looking at it like that, it's easy to take it cross almost. It's a lot easier to take it cross. But if you take it line, you kind of have to side spin it, get around the ball differently. So what I'm trying to say is you should still be able to take it wherever you want on the court, no matter where the ball is. You just have to do it in different ways based on where the ball is. So you have to be creative with it sometimes. Like depending on where the ball is in front of you or behind you or right, left, whatever, wherever the ball is, depending on where the ball is, you're going to have to do things differently. Okay, so I think this is probably a very similar set where the ball is. So it's easier for him to take it cross and like with power. It was a good choice, but I think what I'm trying to say is clear enough, but yeah, depending on where the ball is, you're gonna have to do what you want differently to get the same product or get a similar product. Yeah, I think that makes sense. Well, getting the pipe out of system, setter doesn't go up because he doesn't want to get tooled, I guess. Yeah, I hope y'all know this is not a great frame rate for me either. This is what oh okay, the setter's down. Setter gets pushed down there. He's backing away down to the end line. Has to run up, but he's gonna be late. And Russell goes off the block. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. It's a good play. And Russell. Ooh, well, tape serve. This guy comes out of the back row. I like this choice because he has such a runway. He has so much momentum going forward. You might as well take a rip. You might as well go for it, buddy. Good stuff right here. Backs away, gets himself. And I want you guys to see this as well. Look at how he gets his feet there. He gets his feet under the ball so that he can go straight up. So he's not drifting into the net and going into the net. Okay. So like sometimes you'll see setters like almost step or actually step completely on the other side, which obviously that's illegal. But like you have to get your feet under the ball so that you're not drifting. Like if he jumped from here, then he would have fallen into the net. But he got his feet there, got under the ball, balance, boom. And he also would probably rather not be drifting a ton. Again, look at this. Look at this. This is why a float is still so aggressive. You throw it in the scene, you make people decide whose ball it is. It's nice. It's good stuff. How's Aaron Russell's defense doing? It's not a bad move. Not a terrible move. It's just a little mistouch. Whoa, hey, whoa. I like Middle's taking it. From personal experience, I've tried to go quick like this before, and there's very few situations where it's ideal, but yeah, stuff happens. Yeah, you got to just pop it high, take it as a free ball, give everyone options. Because if you go quick like that, you're the only option, and then the middle can like sell out on you. Outdoor, that kind of stuff works really well because like, oh, if they're both really deep into the court, I'll go quick. But in indoor, there's too many people, and somebody's gonna commit on you if you go quick like that. It's a hard habit to break out of though. Ooh, hey, look at this. Weird footwork, takes it real sharp. Good swing. And like this is again kind of what I'm saying is to do what you need to do. Like what he needs to do here is take it sharp based on what situation he gets himself into. The situation he gets into is weird. But like his body's turned this way, his feet are weird, whatever. And to do it, to get super sharp cross, he has to lean super far forward and just kind of get some weird hand contact on it, go super sharp. Okay, to get the same product and get the point, you have to do it in many different ways, you know. No two swings are the same. But then this one right here, the ball's in front of him and he can just blast it straight down the line without trying to like side spin it, you know. Y'all get me. Y'all get me, I think. I think what I'm saying is making sense. This guy goes weird footwork again. I think he goes for the hands. It does not work. Stuff happens. Yeah, this number two is definitely the serve target. But I could, who knows? Who knows? Yeah, I think this run right here is so nice, especially with this guy over here because so much pressure over here. It forces this middle to move over almost. And then this guy's one versus two. This guy, even if he does jump from where he is, like even if let's say he covers over here, there's still a lot of space that he can swing into. Like this guy still has a lot of opportunity. And it's a nice tip. It's a great choice. Yeah, it's a really nice choice. And like when you tip, you still want to get that ball as high as you possibly can.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, goodness.
Beautiful swing. Aaron Russell taking phenomenal swings, man. Yeah, to accomplish the same goal, you got to do different things every time. It's gonna take different stuff, you know, like this one right here. Again, same thing. It's kind of that one's kind of like a mix. That one's kind of like a mix. It's a little bit of side spin on it, but it's still more in front of him than the one that Aaron Russell went pure side spin on. Oh my gosh, my freaking nose. I need to blow it. I'm getting all sinusy. I don't know why. Yeah, that guy's the target. That guy's the target. There we go. Now we got a two pass at least. Okay. Ooh, hey, come on now. Nice spin. Nice swing. And to accomplish the same goal of getting around the block, he has to kind of take some power off and just make sure he's around the block. That's nice. It's not bad at all. But he doesn't show it early. Like he lets it be late. This dude just went up and swung as hard as possible, I think. But hey, when you're that big, you can get away with that sometimes. The more physically dominant you are, the less disciplined you have to be. But the less physically dominant you are, the more disciplined you have to be in volleyball, at least in volleyball. For example, Wilfredo Leon, if he just swings to super hard every time and just lets himself swing wherever he wants super hard, he's going to get a lot of kills. But if a libero tries to do the same thing on the outside, he's not going to get many kills, man. Yeah, it's a big old touch. Yeah, they called it. Yeah, and this I like this run a lot. I feel like this is a perfect tempo where it still lets him go up and reach as high as possible. Look how high he's jumping here. Takes a sharp, wow, blast that guy. Goes there, scores. That's nice. Aaron Russell, good pass. I like it. And again, same thing. I think this guy's running the dis or three or wide gap, whatever you want to call it. And I really like the combo with the back, the mid or the pipe behind the setter on those ones. Because look at how much space he would be going after right there. There's a lot of space to swing into. And it's super easy too, because usually with those situations, you can swing straight forward because of where the blockers usually are in that situation. Yep, yep, yep. Yep, yep, yep. Yep, 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 yep. Dang. Give it to him down the line. It's a beautiful swing. And he doesn't have so a ton of space there, but he really attacks it. It's a really nice swing. And it works out because it hits the ceiling. I don't mind that rule. It took me some time to adjust to it, Because in college I was in my our home gym was really low ceiling. And so in NCAA, if it hits the ceiling, you keep playing. And yeah, it took me some time to adjust to. Because in college it was hitting the ceiling every single play. So much, so often. I don't mind him reaching back here. I think it's fine. But it has to be a decent touch. Like it can't be a freak out touch. It has to be calm. And this is why I don't know if you go to a camp or a clinic or whatever, and the coaches make you practice some one arm stuff or like do like ball control one arm stuff. This right here is why you're gonna get into some weird situations because if he doesn't play this, he can't get both of his arms out there because of where the net is and stuff like that, and it is just quicker. Um, Nobody else is gonna cover that. Nobody else is taking that. So yeah, like be okay with doing that. And like if you're doing stuff on your own, like if you're just at your house looking for stuff to do, practice some of those one arm touches. Get some weird touches in. You're gonna have some weird touches. Same thing that I'm talking about. If you're going off the hands, deep line. Nobody's in this space. This is so out of the court. Nobody's in that space. Aaron Russell's neutral here. Nobody's in this space. Nobody's in this space. Obviously, nobody's in this one either for that situation. But it's harder. You have to swing so much deeper for to hit out of bounds here off the hands. But right here, it's just easy money. Yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. And that's something I got to practice as well. I actually went for that on Friday. I had a game Friday. I went for it, tried to go out line out of bounds, missed the hands terribly. Missed the hands terribly and went way out of bounds. But hey, stuff happens. You got to go for it sometimes. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It was bad. It was bad. I got subbed out the next play because my coach was mad. But hey, got to keep playing. You keep balling. The ball don't stop rolling, fool. Okay, okay. Yeah, this is a tough one. I mean, the only time that you should really let rip here is if you know that these guys are staying down. Okay, he's letting rip here, I assume, because he's thinking, oh, these guys aren't going to block me. But if they do block him, he's in a really tough situation. So, yeah, maybe right here, just maybe try and find some fingers, maybe just keep it in the court. But yeah, he's in a tough situation when he's falling away like that, and they do stay up. One of the things that I really like is like if I hear like down, down, down or something like that, then I know I can just rip as hard as I can without any thought, you know. But yeah, if I don't hear down, down, down or something like that, then I have to be smart. Takes more brain power to take a smart swing. Oh gosh. Off the hands, baby. Off the hands. Really nice. It's a nice swing. And this guy, he reaches, you see his hands here. You see him reach a bit. He's up and then he reaches to the side, tries to get his hands on it. Doesn't work out. I think he just kind of pressed a little bit late, kind of got around the ball a little bit late. Aaron Russell, tough pass. I'll be honest, it's a bad pass. He does this a lot though. He does this kind of stuff a lot, tries to get the reuse a lot. He's been doing better with it. I think he no, that's yes. Yeah. Ooh, it's a nice swing. It's a nice swing for a few reasons because if it hits his hands, it's still a good swing. But since he's so much bigger than this guy, if he pulls like that, if he does if this guy's hands are up, it's usually probably gonna hit the hands. But if he pulls it, it's still in bounds. So that's a really nice swing. It's a good balance. If you can get balance on it and not sell out and give yourself a few ways to score with one swing, you know, like, oh, if this guy's hands are here, I'll still score. If they aren't right there, I'll still score. Type of thing. And those are the best swings, you know. But but you don't always get those situations. A lot of the time you get very different situations where it's really hard to make sure that you score. Yeah, this is the only thing is if this middle does stay neutral and is able to double on this, then it does put you in a pretty tough position because taking this angle, let's see what the angle is right here. You know, this is a tough angle from the back row because it's like you really have to take it sharp. This right here, you can go up here, but it's kind of a thin. It's from about here to about here. You know, you have some options, but a lot of the time that middle is not going to be able to be up on that. At least what I've seen recently in these games, it looks like the middle is not up a ton on those. Whoa, what the heck is happening? Oh my goodness. I don't know if somebody's winning the net or what, but that one outside looked like he was freaking out. Looked like he was freaking out a bit. Who got net? I think he got net, yeah. Hmm. No, the ball went in the net and they didn't call touch. Okay. It's a good commit. Good commit, bad set. It was a tight pass too, so he kind of didn't have a ton of options. But this is a good choice here. Last time the middle committed on the middle. This time the middle committed on the middle. So you know, okay, I can have a solo over here. Same option gets displayed to me. Yep. Again, same thing that I was talking about. I am perfectly fine with a blocker reaching back and playing that. He missed it, obviously, but hey, stuff happens. I've said stuff happens multiple times this game or this video, haven't I? Ooh, that it out. Oh my gosh. That was close. That was a close one. 8-16. Belchatow's kind of running away with it. Highway robbery, 17-8. Yeah. Yeah. I've seen so we have a on my team we have a kid who's I don't know, 206, 207 centimeters, something like that. And his footwork to the outside looks like this a lot, where he just takes one step and then jumps like this and then drifts a bit and like tries to close. Nah, man. First of all, if you're trying to jump high, this is not going to let you jump high. Second of all, if you're just quicker here, like that, like if you just learn how to make quick footwork and then get yourself out there, it's gonna be much better than that right there because you didn't close the block and you're not able to press over the net really cleanly. Yeah, let's see. Like right here, let's see his footwork here. See, he's so close. He just needs to be a little bit quicker. He just needs to be a little bit quicker on his feet, and then he's not gonna have to make a move like this. That's not a clean block move, but he's just so large that he still takes up a good amount of space. But leaves him inside. This one, he leaves him very inside on purpose because he's a lefty. So if you were setting this guy's a righty out here. But if this guy was a righty, then you wouldn't leave him inside this much. You'd try to put it up right here almost. Yeah, he gets put in a weird situation. Kyle Insing keeps it alive with some weird stuff. Boom, right here. This is what I'm talking about. Okay. Okay. Deep corner. You're going off the hands. This is where the defense is going to be. Yeah. Reuse, good cover. And you got it. This guy turns around immediately, covers it, puts it high. Beautiful. Love it. Can't hate it. Bang. Bang, bang, bang. Gotta love it. Don't you love it? All right. Floater, watch the hybrid. Yep, that's a hybrid. Perfect pass, though. Look at the angle. I want to see this pass move right here. You got 18-10. Perfect angle. Look at how he lets the weight off of his right foot there. You see how he did that? To open up the hip, the first step to it is to take the weight off of the hip. So right here, this is something that Yamamoto, the Japanese libero, is really, really good at. He's taking the weight off of whatever hip he needs to. So he has to open up his right foot here. Right now, he just took the weight off of his right foot. See how he just kind of shifted this way a bit so that he can open up. And yeah, just a really nice pass there. Yeah, and it's so quick too. Like it's really quick, you know, but it's a dime. But it's a dime. Love it. A beautiful pass. And it worked out for them. Puts pressure on that blocking system. Liberos, you do more than you think, man. You do way more than you think, okay? Because if you're diming every pass, those blockers are gonna hate you. Those blockers are gonna despise playing against you. Because they're just gonna have so much pressure. Oh, excuse me. So much pressure on you every time. Look at that transition. I want to see this. Overpass. Quick decision. He starts sprinting. And he approaches from here. Okay, if you're coming from over here, whatever, off a triple block, off of this switch, whatever you want to call it, you have to approach from inside the court and drift out of bounds or drift towards the out of bounds. Boom. And then he kind of takes a in the seam swing, but hey, stuff works. That stuff works sometimes, okay? Oh, a foot fault. A foot fault. A foot fault. Yes. Ooh, look at that. Look at that. That's a nice swing. It's a nice high swing there. And yeah, like every line swing doesn't look the same because every set doesn't look the same. If every set was the exact same, then you could just learn how to just do one single thing to hit line or like one single thing to hit cross. But no, every set's gonna be different. So like if the ball dies inside, you're gonna have to really go thumb down. But if the ball doesn't die inside, you're gonna have to stay high. Or like you know what I mean? Like if the ball's super far off the net, you're gonna have to chop it like Aaron Russell did. If it's super tight to the net, you're gonna have to wrap it and go to get right over top of the ball, get right behind it. Boom. Y'all see what I'm talking about, okay? Y'all know what I'm saying. Y'all just get me, okay? Can they finish it right here? And I like this. So like this is kind of a soft version of like the outside hitting out of the six because setters out of they're out of system because the setters took the first ball. But that doesn't mean that you just have to go simple high ball against the triple block. You can still work and put some pressure on the blocking system by going like a semi tempo, like a half speed tempo to either pin from the libero's hands. If you trust the libero's hands, of course. Out of system. Let's see what happens. Now this one, of course, yeah, of course, this is a weird one. Ball's way down here. These guys are all freaking out. Yeah, you're gonna go high off of this one. These guys have to have time to go take a swing. Ooh, whoa, that one really chopped short. He really tried to bounce that puppy line. Okay, spinner. Decent pass though. Ooh, really nice. And that's the offhand too. If you can press with the offhand, that's beautiful. All right, now triple block. Bang. This guy's Ishmael Nice is having errors now. Good triple block right there though. 24-18. Can they do it? It's possible, but not very likely. This scores. This scores, man. This scores. You don't always have to hit it that hard. Look at this play right here. You just have to know where people are going. Okay. You just need to know this guy's going to the deep corner. This guy's going off the lines. Because he's gone off of people's hands so much, he knows that these guys are going to be guarding these swings as much as they possibly can. And so he can pretty much just put over a free ball that scores because of the stuff that he did earlier in the game. You just have to understand volleyball. Okay? Aaron Russell understands volleyball. I'll tell you that right now. I guarantee it. He understands volleyball. That man knows ball. And that's the one that finishes it. That's the one that scores. But hey, stuff happens, man. Stuff happens. It's a good triple block. He swings and brings the tape down by 2 inches. It scores right there. I don't know where this libero's going though. That's the only problem. He must be thinking, oh, there's a tip. But if you're here, then you can cover the tip later. Whatever. Aaron Russell knows ball. Thanks for watching, guys. Good game.